Hey everybody, this is vIDLIFT. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for coming by. Let's see, what do we have in store for you today? First of all, I know you guys are busy and we appreciate whether you watch it live or whether you watch the replay. Thank you so much for taking some of your time to be with us. We do mean that. All right, so this is how the show works really quickly. We're going to watch a video that was submitted to us. And then we're going to take our time. Each of us are going to talk for 2 to 3 minutes about what we liked and a couple of things that might be considered as different options for you. And then we will watch the video clip again. And then we'll have a roundtable discussion where we make fun of each other and then try to put some constructive criticism and some deeper thought into what we just saw. And then we'll do that again. So how do we start? We start by introducing people. Let's see. How about this guy?
Am I muted? Hold
You're
on.
not now.
Okay. All right. I feel better now.
Wait.
Hey, I'm Steve Turtle, and I'm happy to be here at vIDLIFT. Yeah, that's it. It's going to be.
Are you sure you're happy?
Oh, I'm excited. It's going to be a good night. We've got 2 great video clips to look at by Nursing Our Travel Bug and K&R Destinations. It's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
I don't think you're happy, Steve.
I'm excited. Well,
that just burns me up. That just burns me up.
I didn't think you were very happy. I was wondering.
I fell into that, didn't I? I think I fell into that. Yeah, that's not me though.
That's Ed, right?
Red.
Oh,
Red Deckerson. Yeah, it's a friend of mine. Anyway, I'm Steve Turtle. I make videos about work camping adventures and things like that. And sometimes I have guest on my videos that, anyway, right now I'm at Panhandle down in Florida at a Pioneer Settlement and making a few videos about that. And I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to looking at these videos and talk a little bit about them. And hopefully people in the chat will chirp in and share their thoughts and ideas, and we'll all grow and be able to lift each other up and make better videos.
So speaking of good looking, Jason Momoa is the stunt double for their next person.
I don't need a stunt double. I just jump right off into things. You should see me put my foot in my mouth. Sometimes I can put 2 in at the same time. It's amazing. Don't need no stunt doubles for that. But my hips sure wish I had a stunt double. See, that's just the shoe.
Can't do it.
Hey, I am Dave. I'm Davey from Texas Family Camping, and I make videos about camping, all aspects of camping, right now with a heavy side of living full-time in an RV. Somewhere I got lost. I was trying to camp in a tent, wound up in an RV, and then I couldn't get out of it. Somehow I'm back in a house, though. This is very confusing. At any rate, I am happy to be here, but if I seem distracted, I'm actually working right now. Shh, don't tell my boss. Hey, who else we got here tonight?
Oh, we do have somebody else. He was a star in Mayberry. Did you guys know that? Not the actual Andy Griffith show, but
sorry, I had to unmute. This is my first live stream. I'm so excited to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Scott from McGuire's on Tires, and my family and I like to travel and find fun adventures and get to hang out with some of you guys sometimes and do ridiculous things. Sometimes ridiculous things just happen to me, and it's not my fault.
Getting ready for a big day? Like your hairdo? Do you like it?
I don't know who did that, but my finger was on that button.
You're ready to go.
I was ready to go.
Yeah. We also have a fun family live stream on Monday nights. We got a big one coming up next week. If you want something boring to do, join us next Monday. Was that good?
That's great. Yeah, I loved it.
Thanks.
I forgot to say, hey, I'm Donovan from RV on the Wayside, coming to you live from Destin, Florida.
A cell phone? You're live from a cell phone?
No. I'm live from the camper in Destin, Florida. By the way, our first night here, we saw a sunset and watched dolphins feeding off the dock. Is that amazing or what? Great first night.
I didn't even know that dolphins ate docks. That's awesome.
No, they ate off the dock. You put the fish on the edge and they just come up and grab it.
If you put Duke's mayonnaise on a dock, you'd eat it.
I would. Love me some Duke's mayonnaise. Yes, sir.
All right. I think Natasha's in the house, or Bill. Could be either one. You never know. So I think we ought to just cue it up. You guys ready?
Hey there, everybody. It's Natasha with Nursing Our Travel Bug, and it is a nice, balmy 86 degrees here in Colorado Springs. The kids have been doing their schoolwork. There's Bella. Bella was making some lunch, and we heard a loud doosh. Will thought Bella broke the microwave. I knew it wasn't that. I got up and I listened, and I could hear it coming from like right above our island lights. And although you can't see it here, on the opposite side on our roof, that is our main air conditioning for our living space. So I immediately run over and I turn our AC off. The awful noise stops, so I know it's the AC. Unfortunately, because it's so hot, we only have the one AC running, and yeah, it's helping to keep the RV cool, but not a lot. Check out this temperature. It is 86 degrees right now in our rig.
By the way, before Steve Turtle starts us off, I just want to know I stuck a little link in there from Matt from RCRV. You guys should save that and check that out later. It's Matt's little secret, video secret. All right, Steve, what'd you think of Natasha and her beginning of her video?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was really good. I like the sound effect. Anytime you try to describe a noise, doosh, doo, 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 I think it's awesome. And she was passionate about it. She really projected and she got into it. I love the clip. I thought it was awesome. But if I was going to do something different, if I had a show that I was part of, it was called vIDLIFT, and we were talking about options, I would say I'd have probably cut it off right there after the do, and I would not have went into the other parts because it describes what the problem is. I would have went straight into the introduction, leaving everybody wondering what that noise was. And then I'd carry it all the way over to where she picks up after the introduction, and she's holding the parts in her hand. And I think by doing that, you actually she doesn't even mention that it's an AC until about 1:52 into the video. So I think that'd be a really good hook, just as an option or something to do. But otherwise, I thought it was great, and I enjoyed the whole video. It was a good video.
Well, when I looked at this video, you always start with the positives, right? I mean, it's Nursing Our Travel Bug. We love these guys. They're family to us, and I'm serious about that. They are. So just know that everything I say is in good jest, right? Okay. All right. The first positive on this video was the serious lack of Bill. Wow. What a step up. I tell you what, that was a huge... I'm just kidding, Bill. I will always look up to you. Always. So I watched this video, and I watched it all the way through several times today, and I was really trying to think, because this group, especially the other three, not so much me, but the other three, they love things called hooks. And so I was like, how could I change this intro to make it more of this hook? Because I felt like it did kind of go a bit long until you got to your intro. We'll leave your intro alone. We love your intro. Some of these other guys, they don't like the intros so much. Not just yours, but everybody's. But, you know, I can't live without my boof, boof, boof at the end of my Nursing Our Travel Bug intro. But what I would have done, I would have started the video outside, and I would have said, hey, it's so beautiful here in Colorado Springs, and it's 86 degrees, and there's right now it's clear and beautiful. And then all of a sudden, thunder. And now it's 86 degrees inside the RV. What happened? And then go to the intro. That's just me. I do realize, though, after looking at the whole video, you basically defined the problem, and then you provided the solution throughout the video. So I get it. I don't think you did anything wrong there. That's just how I would have done it differently. How about you, Mr. Scott McGuire?
I like it a lot because I like Bill, unlike some other people. I like Bill. I like Natasha. I like Will. I like Bella. I like Bernie. I like the stickers that are on the side of their rig. I like those people. So I enjoyed the video because it told me a story of what's going on in their lives. I followed them down the later after the clip we just watched. They take us, Natasha takes us down the path of what didn't work. And she says, we thought this was going to do it. No, we had to come out and do this. And because I like them, that was interesting to me. I liked that. But if I weren't me and I were just cruising the YouTubes and looking for something to watch, I would have wanted a shorter hook. So I'm with Steve on that. And I'm with Dave that I would have changed some things a little bit. If it were me, Steve said, stop after the sound effects. If it were me, I would have started at the sound effects. I think if I clicked on that video and you looked right into the camera and you said, well, Bella was making a sandwich in the microwave and boom, 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 boom. Well, now you've got me hooked. What was that noise? What's going on? And then, now I can't remember. I would have cut right there, done your quick intro, and then come right back. And you're holding the part, then maybe describe a little bit, and then use a little bit of the story as pattern interrupts. So basically, this is a here's what we did video. And maybe some, well, we tried this, but that didn't work. And then get back to here's what we're doing. Well, we tried this and that didn't work. Get back to here's what we're doing. Instead of giving us the whole story, we've talked about before, just because it happened in a certain order doesn't mean you have to tell it in that order. And even just because it happened doesn't mean you have to tell it. Just give somebody that's stumbling on this video that is not a Scott, who's going like, Scott loves the NOTB family. So Scott's going to watch every bit of it and go, man, that's really cool. I learned about what's going on in their lives. But if I'm not that person, if I'm just stumbling on this video, then I'm going, I don't care about that. Just show me. I just want to know how to fix the thing. So you could have hooked me as a new viewer. You could have hooked me with the thing that I'm there to see. And then over the course of the video, I fall in love with this family. So I would have just changed the order of some things. And I think you can, as Steve says, you can hook some more folks. But really, because I'm an NOTB fan, I liked what you got there. What you got, old man?
What? Old man. Well, thanks a lot there, Quentin Tarantino wannabe. So here's my thoughts. Why did I say that, Steve? It's because he wanted to change the order, of the, yeah. Anyway, so here's what I thought. If you're going to have a long intro, this was a good way to do it. And the reason why I say that is I love the fact that she's interacting with the background like a weatherman would. She turns over and looks at Bella while she's talking and looks up at the thing even though that's all green screen behind her. I thought that was wonderful because things were moving and I forgot it was one long clip of her talking. When the first time I watched, I'm like, oh, she never cut away. Well, she did little cuts, right? And then she got a little bigger and she did all things she's supposed to. But I was so fascinated when she first started talking. I was watching the background. I forgot that those two things were there at the same time. Loved it. I personally would have just said, you'll never guess what we heard in our RV. make the sound, done. Go right to the, if I was doing it, I would have just made that sound. Or if you could have recorded the sound, wow, that would have been cool. But what are the odds of you catching that? But yeah, I would have just made the sound and just go, what was that? And then boom, go right to your intro. That's about the only thing I'd have done differently though. But I like the long intro. I just wouldn't give away so much information. But if you want a long intro, start your story and leave it at a point where they've got to know the answer. And you can do a long intro, which I don't know that we've ever talked about. And I don't know if we've ever seen one constructed this way. Hey, let's hit that again. Hit that beautiful bean footage.
Hey there, everybody. It's Natasha with Nursing Our Travel Bug. And it is a nice, balmy 86 degrees here in Colorado Springs. The kids have been doing their schoolwork. There's Bella. Bella was making some lunch, and we heard a loud doosh. Will thought Bella broke the microwave. I knew it wasn't that. I got up and I listened, and I could hear it coming from like right above our island lights. And although you can't see it here, on the opposite side on our roof, that is our main air conditioning for our living space. So I immediately run over and I turn our AC off. The awful noise stops, so I know it's the AC. Unfortunately, because it's so hot, we only have the one AC running. And yeah, it's helping to keep the RV cool, but not a lot. Check out this temperature. It is 86 degrees right now in our rig.
So notice I said she used a green screen. She didn't use a green screen.
Yeah, I just wasted a minute of my life looking for the green screen.
But you could do that. Have all your video footage in the background, lay yourself over and interact with it just like a weatherman. And you might not even, that way you could have more still shots or simple shots that aren't moving quite as much. That was what I was getting to. And I just wanted to lead you down that path so you were looking at that, and then we could talk about that part. And that's something everyone could do with your video. You could actually look like you're doing a camera and you can control the movement much better that way.
You know, you talked about it being a long clip for an intro, and we talked a little bit about the distance from the face changing. I think just because she's holding her camera at a different distance. I think if the intro is going to be that long, I would play with that just a little bit. Zoom in here, zoom out there, cut out this part, just to change what we're seeing. So it doesn't look like a green screen. It doesn't look like the same angle on the face every time. If you decide you want it to be that long, I think I'd play with how far away we are in the different talking segments.
I think she did a real good job with the vlog. I mean, holding the camera, turning, moving around. It wasn't too jerky. There wasn't too much motion. I thought it was really good. She was well spoken. And it goes to show you what the value of YouTube is, because, you know, there's certain things that we are not familiar with, and you can watch a video and in an instant you have experience. Now I'll know exactly what's wrong when I hear douche, do, 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 do. I'll go straight to the air conditioner.
I just want to say that did you really think that the Gorilla Glue was going to keep the squirrel in the squirrel cage? I knew right away that wasn't going to hold. That squirrel was going to break out again.
But it was another hook. I thought it was pretty awesome. I mean, you know, it's like we're gonna climb up there and stick Gorilla Glue on it, and they said, you know, you might make more damage, but you know what the heck? I thought it was really cool.
That Gorilla Glue is bananas, I tell you.
One thing that I thought was genius that smaller channels like ours, like, you know, NOTB's been at this a while, so they're bigger than a lot of us, but in the grand scheme, we're all still small channels. One thing that is genius is how-to videos, and that's what this is. I was looking at the title you've got. This is an unlisted video, but the title that's there right now, if you can incorporate the words how to fix Coleman RV AC, whatever. I think that, I don't know, because I didn't run it. And if I ran it for me, it'll be different for my channel than yours, but that might be more searchable. And then, like I said earlier, people come to learn how to fix an AC, but because of the things Steve just said, you're so well spoken. I mean, people are going to jump in and go, I want to see more from this channel. So you make it searchable, but that it's really smart to do a how-to video.
So most of you know Matt from RCRV, and this is one of those situations where you might submit, since Scott's like, you need a how-to in there. Maybe you should submit a couple options for your thumbnails to the vIDLIFT Facebook page and let the community there kind of help you construct a good thumbnail. Matt's definitely part of that, and he's running that Facebook page for us. So I'm just letting you know that we'll all be checking in, and everyone here, if you belong to that, if you join that, you can be part of that. So not only are you sharing yours, you can also share your advice and what you liked and what you thought. And that way we can crowdsource that. So just wanted to throw that out there because that was a perfect time for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I do much else. I liked it. I really did. It's fine the way it is. I mean, we're always trying to get the really good grab right away or something. And I still think it worked all right. I didn't realize it went that long. I really didn't.
No.
So,
and if you
good.
I know we just talk about the clip, but if you watch the whole video, it's pretty cool that they went on to repair it. And I don't want to give away all the stuff, but I thought it was very good video throughout.
Well, I did notice it took it was 2 or 2.5 minutes to get to the problem. And then from there, it was another 2 or 2.5 minutes before we started talking about a solution. So if you're looking for that solution, it took that long to get what you were looking for. So it depends on your audience. If you're trying to be searchable and want somebody to stay on it that doesn't know you, I think there are some things to change. But like I said before, and Steve said a minute ago, it's a great vlog style. One thing I'm starting to realize is when I look at my analytics on my videos, as soon as we stop talking, there's a dip. People don't want to see these cool montages with the music. And if they do, it needs to be like this long. And you rocked it on this one. It was, if I skipped ahead, I'm missing part of the story. So, I mean, it was cool how the talking is what kept the story going. One thing I would do, I noticed you asked Will if he was ready to go and work on it. This was after the clip. And he said, I guess. And you were smart enough to grab that audio and make that louder so we could hear Will at the same volume that we heard you. One thing I would do to get rid of some of the background air conditioning noise, I might would have put just a little bit of music under it. That's not a solution to all problems, but that would help. And then when you've got your volume and then Will has to be a little bit louder, a little bit of music underneath would mask that it was such a dramatic change there.
So it looks like Natasha's she's into that. Just make the break after the sounds and leave it the way it is. I think that's a great choice. She also mentioned that the title and thumbnail would probably give away what it was. I don't know that it has to. Why can't it just say, what the heck was that noise? Why can't, and just have you looking up, not saying anything, not showing an air conditioner.
I think it depends on your intended audience. If you're looking for your regular viewers, if I see that come across my YouTube video suggestions, I'm going to go, oh, Natasha must have broken something. And now she's got to go, what's she call herself? Barb Vila. She has to go Barb Vila it. And I'm going to watch it. But if you're looking for a new viewer, maybe go ahead and say it is the AC. Here's how we fix it. But even still, even if I know it's the AC, the fact that you come on and you go, boom, 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 what just happened? I'm still hooked. I still want to see what you did about it.
So how do you guys feel about how-to videos that just cut right to the chase, show you what to do, fix it, and it's over? No beginning, there's no story. They just do it. And then we have the ones where the story, this is what happened, and this is what we had to consider. These were our options, and then this is what our end-up solution was. And do you like them both? Do you like one more than the other? What do you guys think?
Well, I was watching a creator talk about just those things, and they were talking about different styles of videos. And they said a lot of YouTube how-to videos are skipped a lot because people that are looking for the how-to aren't looking for a story, and they're looking for a part. And they may start off and go, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. And they're skipping, to the next part. They're looking for, how did you get it out of the RV or something like that. So this particular creator was talking about that how-to videos aren't really, they don't have a strong retention rate, but people do watch them a lot. So you get a lot of views, but people skip around looking for parts.
If you don't put your personality into it, though, then they're not going to have a reason to come back.
Sure.
And these how-to videos, I actually had this happen today. So I've got 2 videos. I got how to cool your tent with an air conditioner and how to heat your tent for the wintertime. And right now, the how to heat your tent is doing very well. And I had a guy leave a comment today. It's been a year that I made this. I don't even remember when I said it, but he said, in quotes, go frown somewhere else. I do kind of remember saying that. And then he put a laughing emoji and he said subbed. So he was looking for how to heat a tent for wintertime camping. But my joke about go frown somewhere else got to him. And he's like, I'm going to come back and watch more of your videos. So you got to make sure that your personality is in there. If you got to make them shorter or whatever, just make sure that who you are comes through so that if they're like, hey, I like this person, and then they'll come back and watch more.
Well, and this niche is different too. If I'm searching for how to heat and cool my tent, then I probably like camping enough that I want to see other camping videos. You can hook me with your personality. The things I personally, Scott McGuire, searches for, I'll search for how to make my guinea pigs stop making noises. I don't care about guinea pigs. My kids do, but I need the solution. I'm not looking for personality. Or how to make my toilet stop leaking. I'll go watch the how to stop my leaking toilet video. I'm not looking for a new friend. I'm not looking for a new channel to follow. But if you come in and you give me the answer, I'm at least going to watch that. But in this camping niche, I think I'll go and I'll say, well, I need to learn about RV toilets. So I type it in, and whoever happens to be number 1 and number 2, I go and I watch them. And all of a sudden I go, they camp and stuff. Let me learn more about them. So our niche, I think, is unique in that people would come back.
So Matt was saying he kind of likes the how-to to be kind of quicker and shorter, but because we're in the RV world, sharing who you are and your family and all that it's a help for this community for sure. So when I go for how-tos, I just want the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. So I don't know. Let's see. Natasha said, we'll probably look at the story again too. Thought about the glue with someone else. May think that was a good idea. Show why it didn't work. Yeah, see, I think those are good. I love it when you show the failures. I think that's wonderful also. If we get time, we talked about a spike in sound. And just so you know, I made a short little video for that because you guys have been saying we need to do those. So I did. So we'll maybe get to see that. But first, we have another video to watch. I hope you're ready. Oh, I better get rid of that comment first. Sorry, 1 second.
Have you done a live stream before?
Obviously better than you did because I didn't forget my mute button.
That's right. For reverse smoke, you get more of that amazing smoky flavor. Boy, I am so ready for this. Wait till you see what we're about to do with it. But I'll tell you, the one thing I cannot stand are these little springy feety thingies. I mean, look at them. Sure wish there was something I could do about those.
Yeah. What do you want?
Who are you? Where the heck did you come from?
I'm the Smoke Master Fairy. Don't give me none of those sideways looking grins, boy. If there weren't guy fairies, there wouldn't be any wasting my time with you, kid. So listen up. Seems like you're looking for a life hack out of this predicament.
I may or may not have known people in this video. It's very possible. Did anybody else recognize anybody in this video?
Come on!
Was that a Krager grill?
That was a Green Mountain Grill. Did you miss that
Scott,
part?
this is you. I muted them.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, it really is.
Hey, let's talk over Scott tonight.
Oh my gosh. Somebody needs to punch him in the throat. The part before, I know we're supposed to talk about the clip. The part before I thought was really cool. It showed a little bit of personality. And I've always said this about videos that can solve a problem and show some personality, kind of like what we were just talking about. And it can solve a problem and share the solution in a unique way. This video definitely does that. I love it. I love that it's different. It's unique. But sometimes a video can solve a problem and include some silly here and there, and it's kind of fun. It just shows some personality. Sometimes the silly overtakes, and then it's just a silly for the sake of being silly, and the solution to the problem happens to be in there. There were a couple of times where I felt like it slowed down. We were having to wait for the silly to pay off, like just because whoever that doofus was that was like the cowboy fairy showed up. Slow talking doesn't have to slow down the momentum. We get the slow talking, and then there was a pause before we'd cut back to the grill. So, I would, because even this sounds crazy, but even cutting 0.2 seconds of silence out, that's a huge change. You cut that little bit of silence out and it goes right back, and it keeps the story moving. And when it did come back and we were watching the lips moving, going, what in the world was that? Sometimes it went on for a long time. Just a quick, what would be plenty. And then let's keep moving. But really, I love, and I've seen this from you guys multiple times. Both of you, I think, are good at doing unique takes on what could be a boring and dry video. And I think y'all are the masters at it. In this particular clip, no, it wasn't this clip. I'm sorry. It was this particular video, the whole video. I think the silly may have overtaken the solution. And I would, if it were me, I'd flip it. I'd leave the silly, but I'd let it be less of it and focus on the solution. But I really like that that style. And I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm gonna save that. All right, go ahead, Davey.
K&R Destinations.
There we go. I think that's an appropriate amount of Bill inserted into this. I noticed that K&R was in the chat. Welcome, y'all. Glad y'all are here. Hey, that sounded like nothing like Kyle. I've been Kyle. That is really exciting. And Tanya's right around the corner, too. Maybe I should. Hey, Tanya.
Hey.
Hey, I'm going to be Kyle for a minute.
Okay.
What's going on? All right. Scott's had enough. Look at that. Look at that.
Come on!
So I'm supposed to roast me over there. And Kyle, let's see. It's a lot of fun. It's always fun working with these two. I have a blast working with them. I've worked with them on several occasions, and it's always fun. And this was fun. Donovan always commits to character. Kyle always slips up and says bad words when nobody's looking. I was looking this time, Kyle. I'm glad my kids can't lip read there, buddy. The one thing I would have done different was I felt like the cuts, I would have used a lot more J and L cuts. I felt like you could have had some of Donovan talking while Kyle is like whispering bad words. Like, yeah, I felt like that just would have blended great together and it would have gone a lot smoother. And that would have been, it was awesome. Honestly, I didn't hardly have to review this thing today because I've already watched it like 4 times. I watched it a few and then Tanya was like, hey, did you see Kyle and Donovan? I'm like, yeah, let's watch it again. So, all right. Hey, Mr. Turtle.
It's my kind. Oh, stop looking at me. It's my kind of video. I enjoy the collaboration. I think it's great when 2 YouTube channels come together and you know, join forces and make a video. It's my kind of stuff. I loved it. I'm still trying to figure out who was Clint Eastwood, and I remember a character similar to that was in a movie about some mountains, but I don't know. It was a great collaboration between the two. And I love the music because the music changed when, you know, Clint Eastwood was out there, you know, as a different music. And I thought it was very appropriate and it really worked well. If I was going to do something different, I'd have made the dialogue quicker, just like Scott and David had said. I think the dialogue between the two went a little bit long in some segments, but I think if you just really quick, short, I mean, you know, 2 seconds is, you know, an answer to what Mr. Clint Eastwood's talking about. But but the concept and the fact that, you know, the character makes it poof into his hands and he's got the solution and he puts it on the grill. I loved it. I thought it was really good.
Mountains. Can't believe you. Wow. Wow. That was like brilliant. I can't even. I just saw Steve Turtle in real life, everybody, like just a few hours back. I mean, what, maybe 6-8 hours ago. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. So good. I couldn't stop crying. I was laughing so hard. So here's the thing. I love the beginning of this video. I know we didn't watch it, but when he's petting the grill and talking sweet to it, and then, oh, hi, that was wonderful start. I thought that was a great way to get it started because it made me laugh. I absolutely agree with you guys. The cut should have been faster, more rapid fire. So it just keeps moving. Boom, boom, boom. I would have liked to seen that as well. And gosh, dang it, you had all my stuff. So the J and L cuts, get the sound going on one side, show the video on the other side, and kind of bleed them together is another way you could have made that feel smoother with the little bit of pause. But why even have the pause? Cut them and go. I loved it. I do have to say, though, that was a good looking Clint Eastwood. I do have to say that. I mean,
that's right. For reverse smoke, you get more of that amazing smoky flavor. Boy, I am so ready for this. Wait till you see what we're about to do with it. But I'll tell you, the one thing I cannot stand are these little springy feety thingies. I mean, look at them. Sure wish there was something I could do about those.
Yeah. What do you want?
Who are you? Where the heck did you come from?
I'm the Smoke Master Fairy. Don't give me none of those sideways looking grins, boy. the work guy ferries. It wouldn't be any I'm wasting my time with you, kid. So listen up. Seems like you're looking for a life hack out of this predicament.
You cracking wise, son? You cracking wise?
Joe
I'm
sideways.
wasting my time, man.
I want you all to know that Jody directed me on all that. She's the one that says, nope, look this way, turn your head, do it. All I did was read what I wrote. And half
Good
the time
job, Jody.
Well, actually, it goes on. So, we watched a little bit of the clip. It actually goes on, and I think there's really some good video going on. She zooms in and gets some angles, and I thought it was awesome.
That was an actual small cigar, just like Clint Eastwood had. I just happen to have some when I used to try one once in a while. Oh, that's funny.
I like the idea of the J and L cuts. I think that's a genius idea that would have kept it moving. Davey, good job.
Hey, is Kyle still here, or did he take off? Well, this could apply to anybody. I noticed that right before it transitioned over to the smoke fairy, I felt like, and I didn't notice this till I put the headphones on and it got really loud. He's got the gain up too high on his lapel. I think he just needs to bring that down. He was picking up a lot of other noises, and then he was really loud too. That's actually something I didn't even realize. I probably made 6 months worth of videos before I realized I can turn the gain down on this. That's brilliant.
Yeah, take some of the buzzing sound out. I do that a lot, actually.
Oh, we've not talked much about music tonight. We can't have a night without talking about music. I think that was a strength in this video. It started out your typical, hey, we've got a problem and we got to fix it music. I think that's a category on Art List and that other one. I think you go in and the category is called I've got a problem and got to fix it. And then the music pops up and it's that stereotypical. It was perfect. But then when the mountain boy appears, the music changes and it becomes perfectly appropriate for that thing hanging out his mouth. I think that it was cool. I think it captured the mood. And that's a good idea. I saw that too.
Yes, Kyle and I have a bromance. I'm so glad you guys keep pointing it out. Now, this is something I had in my notes and I didn't say, but camping therapy is absolutely right. You mouth something once, but that's it. Then you got to at least verbalize the next one. Don't, because otherwise it's like using the same gag twice, right? So you can do the first one or the second one, but the other one got to be what? Just it's some kind of audio. And even if it was just a look and don't mouth at all.
I think she's saying every time it cuts back to him, it can be exactly the same. And that could be a gimmick in itself. Like if we're cutting back 4 times and 4 times he goes, what? That would be silly.
Well, Mountain Boy wasn't good to understand, I guess. He just had to keep saying, what?
What?
By the way, there's a scene in there where he goes, where did this wall come from? Where did my ocean or lake go? And I'm like, it's right to you. It's to your left of your head. Oh, man. I got to tell you, that was so much fun to do. Oh. I don't know that. Man, I did like it. I do wish it was a little more rapid fire, but I really liked it. I laughed when I saw what he did with all the stuff we sent him. And I guarantee you, Kyle cut my stuff up to death. I talked much more than that.
It is a shame sometimes the stuff that we leave on the cutting floor, but it has to happen. Otherwise, you got a really long video that is going to make less people watch it.
You guys have been comedians in here. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, everybody has really been piling on a little bit, you know.
Earlier, man, they were brutal earlier. I almost put them all up. You guys have been hilarious.
Well, I can't believe the whole mountain reference. That was just rude. That was.
Yeah, well, you know, Some of us will take all that and don't really care. So, shall we see what we discussed last week? Scott, you're muted.
I know that. That's why I stopped talking. I thought it'd be a good transition if I just shut up. I was trying to say, teach us something, oh, wise mountain boy, but then you were transitioning anyway, so I stopped.
Oh, my gosh.
You giving me the side eye, boy?
Oh, geez. You talk about loud. You just spiked it again. Every time he leans in, it gets loud.
I'm channeling my inner Kyle.
Your inner Kyle. All right, so here's the deal. Last week we talked about how do you get rid of a spike in the sound. So I put a little something together for you because we said we should start showing some little examples. Here we go. So you know those people with a... That's it. Oh, maybe it's a little bigger. So you know those people with annoying laughs? Here we go. So this is an example of a way in Final Cut Pro X using a Mac, an Apple, to reduce the sound or eliminate a spike in sound. This is what the clip sounds like now. Man, you mixed it up really good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm driving with one sock. Is that legal? Is it legal to drive with one sock on? Yes, sir. Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Oh yeah, he's cool. Well, the part that I want to change is this part right in here. First thing we need to do is detach the audio. And I right click on my main clip, click detach audio. Then I click where in between the two, anywhere on this is fine, but once you get where your mark is, right before the sound you want to get rid of, and then you make sure you click the audio section and do Command B, and that puts a cut in the audio just like you do cuts in your video. Bring it over to the other side, do another cut, yellow, Command B, and this will be the section I'm getting rid of because it's an annoying laugh that I made. That's what we're going to get rid of. So then you simply go right in the middle of it and pull it down till it's much quieter. It should sound like this. Thank you. I'm going to make it a little louder because I don't want all the background noise to disappear necessarily. Thank you. Okay, maybe we really don't like it at all, so let's just make it go away. Thank you. I'm driving with one sock. Is that legal? So that's how you reduce the sound. So, without having music or anything in the background, this is what it sounds like. Man, you mixed it up really good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm driving with one sock. Is that legal? Is it legal to drive with one sock on? Yes, sir. Oh, okay, good. Thank you. One sock driving. It's legal. She said so. I'm good. So keep in mind, this is for Final Cut Pro X for the Mac. And if you have other software, just search out how to do it, and there should be a way. This is Donovan from RV on the Wayside for vIDLIFT. What is wrong with you, Davey?
Did you film that in the drive-thru just for this?
It was some stuff I had laying around that I did for something else. And I never made it public. So I just thought, man, this is hilarious. I'll use it.
I'm sorry. I have to calm down. Principal McGuire has just had enough of me.
I am just glad that I know now that you can drive with one sock.
I was watching as you did that. For a laugh. Once you realized you wanted it totally gone, the sound is going, and you were right. You've got the background noise, and then it just all of a sudden. So at that point, what could you do, Donovan, if you wanted to not have that weird silence in there?
Well, because I've already used this clip, I won't use it again. But then what I would have done is highlight the other two pieces of sound. And up in my audio area, there's one of those things called noise reduction. And when I hit that, it'll lower the volume of all the bottom stuff. and leave the vocals right where they are. It's a nice little, some editors have it, some don't. But when you do that, then you won't even hear the car noise. And I did it, and I thought, save that for another video. But now that we said it, everybody will know how to do it.
So what if you're by the creek and you can hear the creek flowing and you want to cut out something where like a frog farts? So you cut that out. So how do you keep what? Frogs fart. So how do you keep that creek sound going underneath?
When it's a mini jacuzzi going on in there, what you do is you just take another section of the creek and you just kind of lay it in there nice and easy and make sure it doesn't have a direct start and stop sound. If it does, slide your video over if you're not doing the verbal, and then extend that little bit out a little longer, and not have the frog fart in there.
Yeah, I guess that was a bad analogy, but very good. Very good. Yeah, you said it right.
Donovan likes it when I restate things that he says, so I'm going to do that. So like in the example that we had just now, we had the video, and then Donovan cut out the audio of this middle section here. So this section here has no sound. You can take this little snippet of audio here, copy it, and paste it underneath here. But when you paste it, don't paste it that same exact size. Paste it a little bit bigger, and then you fade in on one end and you fade out on the other. And now you've got your audio clip, and it fades into this, and it's going to sound like one piece of rippling frog fart stream.
And I'll tell you what I really do is I get some stream sound and I eliminate that and use that at the end. I add my whole stream to the whole stream section, and then my creek and frog farts, all of it goes away. And then you can lower the whole sound of just the creek by itself until you get it right where you want it. And if there's a part where you do a close-up of the creek, you can just take that one part and make it louder, like you're looking at it closer, and leave the rest at the normal pace that you want to speak over. So a lot of times, if I'm doing any kind of nature sounds, I pull those separate. I don't even want them in while I'm filming, or I get rid of them. Oh my God, you guys are killing me.
I thought both examples that you just discussed were very, very, very good.
But taking it back to when you're in the drive-thru asking about socks, what you should have done to add to that scene was be also playing in the background the song Vastness. I think that Vastness playing on the radio would have really helped you to kind of, just lay that track down so everybody could hear that song again. In fact, that should be a trend that goes throughout all of your videos.
Oh, you guys are so much fun.
You guys can read that for yourselves.
Yes, that is gold.
Thank you, man. I guess, and this has told me that if I do anything else, since you guys haven't done one of these, I'm going to leave out the humor and just focus on the problem.
Why? Then this show would be so dry. We need your humor.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with humor.
We're not laughing at you.
How nice was it of her to just play along with me? Yes, it is. Just so nice.
That was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Oh, if you only saw the rest of that thing. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of frog farts. No, I'll save that for a later video.
Oh no.
Okay.
Steve, this is all your fault.
Okay, so
there you go.
We need some music.
Leave out the humor and just focus on the frog farts.
I totally agree with that. That would have been great.
So I zoomed in as far as I could to where you could still see her clearly. That was as close as I could get. because I did try to go just her, but it was terrible, fuzzy, and that's as close as I could get from that angle. So I had a camera on my dash and a camera in the passenger seat so I could get 2 angles. And I zoomed in the best I could. But that is if I could have got closer, I would have, because she was gold. She just played right along.
Yeah, go ahead and show that one.
All right.
That's tough when you're working with kids. My kids, as loud as they are, anytime there's a camera in front of them, it's like they take my volume and they talk here. And we've talked about that. It's just so hard on the back end to go back and fix that, because I can raise them up to match my volume, but then the background noise doesn't match. And you can do the adjusting and make things quieter, but it doesn't quite work out. So we're working on everybody's volume, but that's a good point.
So something I've done when that happens and one set of audio is way too low, I'll actually take it over to the website or to the Audacity app, which we've talked about before. It's a just audio only app, and I will increase the volume on it and then noise reduce it with Audacity, and then I'll noise reduction on the other stuff from my regular editor. And I can get them really close to where you don't really notice that they were far apart at all. So that's one way to do it, is do it 2 separate ways, but eliminate as much as you can in both, so you don't hear hardly any. If you still hear some, then you're going to have to use some music or something to cover it, because a little bit of background sound won't bother you if you cover it with the music, even lightly. It'll disguise it, and you probably won't notice the difference between the two.
Now, what's the name of that? What did you just tell us to use?
Audacity. So I'll type it in there.
I've already done it.
Well then, you were just. Oh wait, way to spell it for him.
What? Did it?
Audacity team. Yes, that's free software. That's open source. These people put that together just to give it away. How nice was that?
And it's quite powerful. You can do a lot with it.
Matt, if you want to put something together, we'd love to. Matter of fact, anybody, if you can show how to do an editing skill, let's just put it out there. If anybody wants to do a short, let's say it's got to be under 3 minutes. Let's go that route, unless you have to bleed over it. But we'll keep it semi-short. And if you guys want to put together how to edit something, throw it at us. We'll see what we can do with it. I would love that.
I think keyframes is a very good subject matter too. We were talking about it, I think, last VidLift.
Yeah, I didn't use the word, but that is what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do it. I'd love to see more, and especially if you're using a different software. I don't care if we do repeats. That'd be great.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting to see your software, because when I drop a clip in, it splits the audio and video at that time. I don't have to extract it.
Yeah, a lot of them work the same, and then some not as much. So you got to keep playing with them. And I did, by the way, thank you, Steve Turtle. I used the Filmora to record that.
Oh, okay.
It sounded great. Guess what? We're about out of time. So if you want to know how to get your videos on here, please grab that email at the top of the chat and send us an email with the link to your video and the minute. Give us the time frame you want us to start a minute, or the entire section that you want done that's under a minute, and let us know, and we'll get it in our list and we'll get it on here. And from all of us, do you guys have anything else to say real quick? Great. So from all of us,
I'm not wearing any socks.
You have to wear one. It's legal.